What it do? Bad Sound Crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to talk about two upcoming main events that are very, very important to the future of the UFC. Obviously, this weekend's International Fight Week, but the UFC has been announcing some pretty decent main events. I'm going to ignore fucking Derek Lewis main eventing in 2025, but I mean, Whitaker, Rainier, Dorita, Holloway, Poirier, Albazi, Tyra, TBD versus TBD. I mean, who doesn't want to see that fight, right, dude? Duplessis, Chimaev. Honestly, my most hyped fight of the year. And then they just announced these two bangers back to back, like fucking Jordan 96, 97. We got Imavov versus Borralho in UFC Paris. And we've got Diego the Blockhead Lopez versus Gene Silva in the main event of UFC Noche in Texas. So I'm going to talk about both of these fights. I'm going to talk about what they mean for the division and who I think is going to win. First one to discuss, Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. I feel like I'm further enough into the video to kind of say this is like a Hitler versus Stalin matchup in my opinion. I don't know what it is about these guys. I don't fucking like either of these two. I don't like the face of both of these guys, but I'm gonna pick Nassourdine Imavov. Okay? Imavov, I for whatever reason, I've just never liked this guy. There's something about this guy. Something about this guy. I just don't like it. I don't like the look of him. I don't like his face. But I have to be honest. He's the next number one contender after Chimaev. He is the next guy to fight for the belt at middleweight. And I feel like Caio Borralho has cockroached his way into this fight. And I don't think he's going to beat Nassourdine Imavov. I'm going to say Nassourdine Imavov is going to win this fight by unanimous decision. I think that he has more power on the feet. He's a cleaner striker. He's just a better all-in-all striker. I feel like Borralho has some cool moves up his tricks, like some cool tricks up his sleeve or whatever. I don't fucking know. He has some cool tricks up his sleeve, I guess. I'm going to edit that part out. But I don't think he's the clean, accurate sniper that Nassourdine Imavov is. And I feel like Imavov has proven over his last couple of fights that he's going to be able to defend the takedowns, defend the grappling well. I feel like he's definitely shown some bigger improvements from fight to fight. Like you look at the Cannonier to Brendan Allen. I thought All-In Allen had that one. To the Israel Adesanya fights. There is big improvements happening in his movement on the feet, his ability to mix in grappling and defend grappling. I mean, just putting it into a timeline. He got taken down by Jared Cannonier, right? Then against Brendan Allen, after a kind of early stoppage against Cannonier, he goes in there against Brendan Allen, loses the first round, but then as the fight goes on, you see him stuffing the takedowns, you see him out-grappling Brendan Allen, controlling him, who is a dangerous grappler in this division, even though he's a bit of a fucking goofball. Imavov showed some improvements, and then against Israel Adesanya, he mixes in takedowns of his own, and I feel like that arguably led to the knockout, where he feints that level change, lands the right hand over the top, and drops Izzy, knocks him out, which we haven't seen anybody else do at middleweight. Like straight up knockout Israel Adesanya. It's not a Pereira fucking early stoppage type finish. Like it was genuinely he just outsmarted Israel Adesanya and knocked him out. So I feel like you have to look at those factors, whereas Caio Borralho, in my opinion, like I said, he's kind of cockroached his way into this, dude. I don't think he actually has proven that much in this weight class. The guy went to a fucking decision with pre-title run Abu Smargomedov, who Sean Strickland fucking finished. Sean Strickland figured this guy out in 2 rounds and finished him. Caio Borralho takes this guy to a fucking decision. He's on his back laughing and joking around with it. Come on, man. Has a scrappy fight in the Apex with Jared Cannonier on short notice after Cannonier just lost to Imavov, right? People point to that fight and be like, yeah, dude, Borralho rocked him, dude. Borralho didn't get an early stoppage. No, he just got him on short notice in the Apex, when he already just lost a fight and got chinned badly, like out on his feet against Imavov. I do agree it was an early stoppage. I do think Cannonier won the first 2 rounds, but it looked like it was going to go towards Imavov. So I don't hold that against him that much, and I'm not going to use that MMA math against Imavov when, in my opinion, all of the logical side of it, looking at who they've beat, who they fought, it favors Imavov. He's the real number one contender. This Borralho guy has fucking cockroached his way into this. And I just feel like all in all, there's more damaging ability on the side of Imavov. There's more ways for him to win. He has a striking advantage. He has solid wrestling of his own. He's improved his cardio. I feel like there is a lot of reasons to pick Nassourdine Imavov. I understand. Not really, but I guess I can understand the fucking fighting nerds. Dude, Caio Borralho, man. Dude, this guy's freaking sick, man. I'm just gonna be honest. I've always thought Caio Borralho is overrated as fuck, dude. I feel like he has a slight cardio and wrestling advantage, He is a pretty solid grappler. I think that is where his path to victory in this fight is, out grappling Imavov. But I think overall, Imavov's more dangerous on the feet. He's proven that he can hang in the grappling. He's made improvements in every single area of his game. He's improved his striking. He's improved his cardio. He's improved his wrestling defense and his grappling. And he just has more momentum going into this fight. Like, I think it's going to be a close fight, but Borralho has been sitting out for fucking 9 months. What were you, fucking pregnant or something? Like, what the fuck, dude? You couldn't fight anybody else in this time. You just sat around getting fat, by the way. Like, if you've been keeping up with Borralho on IG and shit, this guy's been blobbing the fuck out in the gym, wearing Holloway shorts for some reason. Whereas Imavov's been fucking grinding, dude. Look at his happy little smile, dude. Imavov's been fucking grinding in the gym, dude. That boy Nasruddin has been putting in work, bro. You know, Cannonier. 2 months later, Brendan Allen beats him. Right after that, Israel Adesanya. Now he's coming back again. He's getting better, and he's making improvements every single fight. He's younger. He's not going to get physically bullied around by Borralho the same way that a fucking Paul Craig, who has no striking whatsoever, got finished. He's not going to get bullied around physically like a small fucking Jared Cannonier, who is thick and big, but is a midget at middleweight. We saw this guy getting dropped by fucking... Come on, bruh. Dude, RoboCop literally did better in the first round against fucking Cannonier than Borralho did. Borralho had one good moment in round 5. He obviously won that fight, but I'm just saying, bro, it's not that impressive, dude. Imavov has more since Cannonier to prove, like, hey, bro, he beat Israel Adesanya by fucking knockout. He beat Brendan Allen. That is a tricky matchup for him. He beat him, okay? I think this is going to be a close fight, but I feel like Nasruddin Imavov is going to be able to outstrike him. He's going to do well enough defensively in the grappling to survive any sort of finishing ability from Borralho. And I think it's going to be a close fight. Like, I definitely think that the Fighting Nerds plot armor is going to make Borralho win a round or two, or maybe have a big moment or something like that and make it close. But I just think Nasruddin Imavov's better than Borralho. And I'm going to say Nasruddin Imavov wins this fight by decision. I do think it's going to be somewhat competitive in moments, but I'm going to lean Nasruddin Imavov pretty confidently by a decision. All right, man? Now, Diego Lopez. Your time has come, brother. There's no way out of this one. I'm picking Gene Silva by knockout, bro. I'm picking Gene Silva. And the first thing I want to address with this is people are acting like, oh my God, no, dude. Yair's going to get a title shot. Yair's not getting a title shot. I've got it on good authority that Yair is injured. I'm hearing that Yair... he's injured. He's not getting a title shot. I really think this guy's going to be sitting on the sidelines. I really do. I have faith that the UFC is not giving fucking Yair Rodriguez a title shot. I feel like they would have forced this matchup on him. Either Gene Silva or Diego Lopez. They would have forced that on him, in my opinion, for this UFC Mexico event. I think we're going to get a good timeline out of this, dude. I think we're going to get Evloev beating fucking Aaron Picto. I think we're going to get Gene Silva beating Diego Lopez. And I do think that Movsar Evloev's going to get skipped again. He's going to get fucking skipped by the UFC one more time, but not by Yair Rodriguez. It will be by Gene Silva. I think Gene Silva is going to have a big speed and footwork advantage, dude. Okay? I think that Diego Lopez, you guys know what I think about this guy. I was rewatching one of my videos the other day ranting about this guy, and it's aged perfectly. Diego Lopez is... People were picking this guy to beat Volk. I'm sorry, he's not elite. He's not elite. Diego Lopez is tough. Diego Lopez is dangerous. He has great power in his hands. He has great jiu-jitsu. He doesn't have elite wrestling. He doesn't have elite striking. He's a fucking blockhead. He marauds at you. He doesn't know how to cut people off. He had a very hard time tracking down Volk, who is chinny, who was obviously thinking about getting knocked out. And throughout that fight, even though, yes, he knocked down Volkanovski in the second round, and he was chasing him down at the end trying to clip farm, if you rewatch that fight, Diego Lopez was getting tagged up, bro. He was getting stung with a lot of shots by Volkanovski, who made really easy reads on him. Again, it was the footwork. That's the biggest difference here between these two guys. I think Gene Silva's going to be able to really hurt Diego Lopez on the feet with hooks in close in the pocket, pulling him into shots, using his footwork, using his movement, using his fucking emotes in his face, moving around Diego Lopez into big shots, which we see Lopez doing, getting done to him by Volkanovski. Even Evloev was outboxing this guy. And I feel like Gene Silva is just such a slick, crafty, like calculated striker. He's going to be able to, like I said, use footwork and speed and power and pull Diego Lopez into big shots. And I really think he's going to TKO him inside 3 rounds. I mean, even if Lopez tries to wrestle, all of Diego Lopez's success as a grappler is when you take him down or he rocks you and then he gets a hold of you, right? And that's when he has this major threat with the jiu-jitsu. But I don't think that's going to be easily done against John Silva. Like, John Silva is tough. He's hard to hit. He has great reflexes. He has great speed. He has great takedown defense. We saw that against Bryce Mitchell. We've seen that in some other fights as well. It's led to finishes against Charles Jourdain. I really believe Gene Silva is going to beat Diego Lopez by finish, and he's going to jump Movsar Evloev for a fucking title shot. Like that, I just know that's about to happen, bro. And when I saw this matchup get announced, I didn't even really start writing notes about it until yesterday, a little bit of today. I just know Gene Silva's going to win by plot armor. Like, this guy literally has fucking Fighting Nerds plot armor. And when you look at the actual matchup against fucking Diego Lopez, this is a short, stocky, quick, high IQ striker with great takedown defense. Obviously, the cardio is going to be a little bit of a question mark because we haven't really seen him go that long in a fight, but I think he's going to have at least 3 rounds in him of just schooling Diego Lopez, and I really think that's all you need because it's not like Lopez is this fucking cardio machine. Oh, dude, you don't want to see Diego Lopez in round 3, man, when he lost to fucking Dan Ige and Movsar. You don't want to see this guy in round 4, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that in this fight, we're looking at not similar to Volk, but I mean a short, little, bold, stocky striker that has more power than Volk. I would say they're similar levels of speed. He probably has a better chin. He's not coming off 2 fucking knockouts in a row. He has the physicality of being someone that's fought at 155 before. And the way that he fights, I don't really see him gassing out drastically. Like, he seems to have this crazy composure, even at a high pace, against Bryce Mitchell, against Drew Dober. He doesn't seem to really slow down or get tired. Like, I don't know what's going on in fight. I don't know if it's EPO or what it is, but there is genuinely Fighting Nerds plot armor involved here. I feel like in this fight, he's going to be dancing around, moving Diego Lopez into big shots. He's going to drop him at some point, and I think he's going to be able to defend some sort, like the finishing sequence. I feel like it's going to happen within 3 rounds where Silva just tags up Lopez, makes him miss. Lopez is just gritting down, kind of kula, kind of walking at him, you know what I mean? And Gene Silva's just pulling him into big shots. And I think at some point, he's going to drop Lopez badly with a left hook or a right hand down the middle. And I think he's going to defend some sort of grappling attempt and finish him with the ground and pound. I feel like Lopez will try and like pull him in the guard. Lopez starts getting hit with big elbows, you know what I mean? Or Silva just stacks him in the guard, starts raining down ground and pound, which we saw Volk do very effectively against Lopez as well early on in that fight. So I think that Gene Silva is going to finish Diego Lopez inside 3 rounds. I don't think Yair Rodriguez is going to get a title. If he gets a fucking title shot, I'm done. If he gets a title shot, I'm going to twist to someone out cold in the gym. There's no other way to say it, bro. I will be committing multiple traffic felonies. I'm just kidding, by the way. I will be committing multiple offenses if Yair Rodriguez gets a fucking title shot. If he wins the belt, oh my god, don't come to the Apex, bro. Don't come to the Apex tomorrow. I'm just kidding, by the way. This sounds crazy. I just have to express my dissatisfaction with the idea of Yair Rodriguez getting a title shot. This is all for comedic purpose, okay? I'm really not like that. I'm really a nice guy. I'm really not like that, okay? But this is what I think is going to happen. Gene Silva is going to TKO Diego. Look, get him out of here. Deport this fucking guy out of here. Get him out of here. He's going to TKO Diego Lopez inside 3 rounds. People are going to say, oh my god, no way, bro. Volk's cooked. Give this guy a title shot. Diego Lopez, he's going to fight Yair Rodriguez when he comes back. Or Yair Rodriguez, hey bro, you want a title shot? All right, we just got this Evloev kid who beat Pico. We're giving Silva the title shot instead. And we get Evloev versus Yair. We get Yair on bottom getting fucking destroyed by Evloev. Please, brother. Because I think this ends with Volkanovski versus Silva. And you guys know me, I'm a fucking Aussie casual to the day I die. I cannot say what I think happens in this fight. It's big trouble for me if I say what happens, if I say what I think happens in this fight. I really don't want to see it, but I do want to see it because Silva is that good and he's bringing hype to this division. And I feel like this ends with Gene Silva versus Movsar Evloev for the featherweight title. And I feel that is the highest level matchup you can get once Volkanovski retires. So That's what I think's going to happen. I'm leaning Imavov by decision over Borralho. I think that's going to be a somewhat competitive fight, but I just think all in all, Imavov is better. He's a more dangerous striker. He causes more damage. He has good defensive grappling. He has good offensive grappling as well. He's riding a really good streak of momentum right now, whereas Borralho has been sitting around blobbing up for fucking 9 months straight because he beat Jared Cannonier. Like, oh my god, dude. Whoa, Jared Cannonier, holy fuck, call the cops. And I think that Gene Silva, this is where the plot armor continues. It gets stronger. They turn this guy into a fucking main character. I'm going to say he wins by TKO via ground and pound inside 3 rounds. I think he really has that power and that finishing ability. And just the striking IQ. I think he's going to pull Diego Lopez into a big shot, drop him badly. I think he's going to school him before that happens. Maybe, Lopez lands some big shots. Silva's kind of laughing and emoting at him. But at some point, Silva's going to rock this guy badly and drop him. He's going to jump in the guard, stack him, start landing ground and pound, maybe dropping some elbows. And I think we're going to get Gene Silva versus Volkanovski for the belt. Evloev is going to have to wait even fucking longer. Maybe we get Evloev versus Lopez. Maybe we get Evloev versus Yair versus Lopez. I do think eventually we're going to get Gene Silva versus Movsar Evloev for the featherweight title. I think that's going to be an extremely high level and interesting matchup, but that's my prediction for this fight and kind of the featherweight division based on this. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think Yair is getting a title shot? I really don't think he is, but I don't know. I've been wrong before from time to time. Let me know what you think of all of this stuff in the comments down below. Make sure you guys drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. And I will see you guys after UFC 317 with an immediate recap video. So make sure you turn on the notifications and shit for that. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.